Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video from Dating Right.
Got a question for the men out there, and please, for the love of God, don't get offended because I don't mean any harm by it. So many men say that they're scared of women. Okay?
I think they're saying they're scared of approaching women and the repercussions that women cause on men. We're not exactly scared of women themselves.
So many men say this. I've heard this to me about situations. What does this mean? What do men mean when they say they are scared of women? Are you actually scared of women, or
Nope.
are you scared of approaching them? Like, why are we scared?
We're scared that women can ruin our lives. That's what we're scared of.
Like, I'm here to answer the questions that you need to have answered in the comments. I will 100% give you the honest truth about a woman or a situation that you need prevailing. But seriously, why are we scared of women?
Real quick before I go into class, because I'm already late. But can someone
Man, that brother came out of nowhere.
explain to me why men will see you in person out, have multiple opportunities to interact with you, right? I'm not talking about we at a, Usher concert and it's thousands of people and you see me across the room. I'm talking about we're in a small, intimate setting. We're at a lounge. We're at a bar. We're at a Friendsgiving. Whatever the case may be, right? They see you for hours. They don't show any interest. They don't say anything. And then when the night is over, after they've seen you all night, had multiple opportunities to interact with you, they get on their phone and send you a message. Or they send your friend a message to be like, yo, your friend that had the blue shirt, tell her like, you saw me all night. And say,
You women have told us not to approach you in public, in any setting. Friendsgiving, the grocery store, whatever it is, at a concert. Now we just listened. We don't do it anywhere.
said nothing. Why?
Oh, excuse me. Hello. Hi. Oh, excuse me. You look smashing. Where are you from? Oh, you're beautiful. Yeah. I wanted to get your WeChat. No? Okay. All right. Oh, excuse me. You look beautiful. Where are you from? Woo! My heart.
This is the game. That's why they call it a numbers game.
So I just want to
And those were actually not bad rejections, to tell the truth,
say this, like, I understand that, like, pretty women joke about, like, men coming up to them and them acting crazy or, like, acting like they're incoherent. But I will say, I'm at this resort and this man came up to this girl and he wasn't the cutest, I will say. And she was a beautiful lady. He just tapped her on the shoulder to talk to her and she just started screaming, like, ah! And it was, like, so fucked up and rude. I had to look at him and apologize on her behalf. Ladies, if you're not attracted to a guy, that's fine, but you never want to be somebody's 13th reason because that rejection sticks with somebody. Don't be a fucking asshole just because you're beautiful. Like, have some decorum, babes. You screaming in a public space.
She used the word I always use, decorum. Get some.
It's never going to be attractive. You just made yourself go from a 10 to a 4. The way you just
4? More like a 0.
treated that young man. And you know what, sir? I'm so sorry that even happened to you. If you see this, just know your time is coming.
Oh, you guys better believe that a villain was created that day, because her rejecting him is not the issue, but it's just the point of her trying to humiliate this guy and just demean him right there in front of the restaurant or bar. But the truth of the matter is, rejection is just part of the game. That's why men wait for choosing signals, and it's just easier to hit a woman up in the DMs now.
Women, we really need to start being politer and more respectful when we reject these men. Now, while I am not justifying a single mad thing men do, I do think as women, we need to be aware that we are contributing to the toxicity of this dating environment.
Yes.
Being nicer would take us a long way. And I'm not talking about men nice, where they're like, smile. All right, baby, leave me alone. I am talking about a man who is not your type for whatever reason, approaching you because he thinks you are attractive, beautiful, look good, whatever the word is. And a lot of women's response to that is very rude. It's very dismissive. It's very patronizing. Now, no individual wants to be embarrassed, full stop, period. But men are created with such pride and ego, even if they don't always show it, that kind of humiliation can affect a man differently. And we have seen this play out in the extreme on the news and social media, where women are getting killed, fisted up, followed, attacked for not giving a man their number and, you know, being polite about it, trying to diffuse the situation. I am not talking about that. All the men in those situations absolutely need to be buried underneath the jail cell. Like,
I can agree.
To be clear, you are crazy. Nobody owes you anything. And that woman must have clearly had discernment to not want to give you her number, because clearly you was fucking doolally. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the sane men, not the crazy men.
There's a lot more sane than crazy.
But women, there are a lot of us who, when these men who are sane and just have positive intentions in terms of find us attractive and want to move things forwards with us, there is a way that we are interacting which is making those men walk away feeling small. And nobody should be feeling small when their intention to speak to you was positive.
Correct.
Because whether or not you want to pursue things with that man is approaching you because he thinks you're attractive. That is a positive thing. Well, at least it's not a negative thing. But what we don't realize happens is a lot of men, especially when they're younger, they experience these negative interactions when they're trying to pursue women who are not interested in them. And the shame and the humiliation of the interaction, because of the way a lot of times the woman has handled it, leaves him feeling upset, angry, hurt. Shake that around, add a pinch of bitterness, and boom, you have the red pill community.
The red pill community is just teaching men the truth. It's not teaching men bad things or whatever it is.
Side note, I didn't even know what the red pill community was until a couple of days ago. I think I still don't know what it is. What is it? Just like men who hate women and just think they're better than women?
No, red pill just means the truth. And we just point out women's shortcomings. And you guys have a lot of them.
Okay. But yeah, men won't tell you, but a lot of them are shaped by this interaction, and their anger and hatred towards women often stem from these kind of interactions. And women will operate like this and wonder why men don't like women and men hate women. And yes, I don't think it's a full-blown justifiable reason. However, it doesn't stop it being a reason just because I don't necessarily agree with it. And I always think there's accountability on both sides. So men, I think you need to get therapy if you feel like this. Like, you genuinely are letting pain, rage direct your life. That's can't be good for you. Also, there's just...
Like, you act like women don't let pain and rage control their lives.
Nothing wrong with being a positive person and having positive interactions with people and not making people feel bad about themselves, especially when their intention was to compliment you. And just also to our sisters who have lost their lives at the hands of these kind of men, women, we need to be...
Why do you keep bringing them up? There's not really that many of them. We're just still talking about normal, average men trying to approach women. You keep bringing up these predators that have been murdering women.
Be aware that some of these men are crazy. They have fucking lost it. Let me be real. So I would just always is that how you say it? On the side of safety. That's the truth. Mental and physical. Because whether or not these men should be doing it, of course we know they shouldn't be being violent because they're rejected. They shouldn't be being abusive. They are. Like, they actually are. So we need to be careful. And again, I'm not...
Again, she's making it seem like this is happening in a large scale, which it's not.
Not justifying the psychos, like the crazy people. I'm a woman myself. I'm scared of them too. But what I am saying is there's nothing wrong with when you're engaging with the gender that you actually want to date, even if you don't want to date that specific man. There's nothing wrong with putting positivity out there. There's nothing wrong with putting good energy out there, because I definitely feel like the dating game currently has like a very dark cloud over it. And I think both men and women need to work on that.
What does that mean? I don't get why I'm still single. I don't get it. I'm a catch. What is going on in my life where I don't have a man? Or are my standards too high? Do I box myself in a corner all the time? Like, nowadays, men today want to be chased. What happened to masculinity? What happened to chivalry?
You shamed it to the ground. Now there isn't any.
What happened to men courting women?
What happened to women not raising their voice and being loud and aggressive?
What happened to that? Back in
What
the
happened
day,
to that?
dating was so much easier and it was fun. Today,
Yeah, when men just were simps, paid for everything, and you just got to show up and enjoy yourself. Congratulations, you played yourselves. You don't get that anymore.
dating is hell. You give a guy your number, and all of a sudden, you don't hear from them until like 3 to 4 days later.
Oh my God, you actually have to put in work to try to maybe attract men and get men to like you.
What was the point of me giving you my number? If you're not going to text me, I don't get it.
Ma'am, first off, the amount of makeup that you are rubbing on your face right now, I would think that may be one of the reasons you're single. Men are looking for natural women who don't wear as much makeup.
The talking doesn't go as far as the actual app. There are no, oh, let me take you out to dinner. Let's go catch a movie. Let's go to a cafe and get to know each
Oh, now you're okay with the cafe? I thought there's no coffee dates.
other. What's with all the endless text messages? What happened to men
Because it's us vetting you and seeing if you're just a broke, dusty, musty, crusty trying to use us for our resources.
actually planning dates? What happened to it? I don't get it. How do you date in today's society? What are
Maybe approach men that you like and, start something instead of just waiting, sitting on your ass, doing makeup and complaining.
some of your red flags and your non-negotiables? I do not chase men. I don't do it. I did it once, would never do it again. No, never again would I chase a guy. My biggest ick is a guy that can't hold a conversation. Now, I gotta talk the whole goddamn date. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. I don't got time to be dating no guy that
You know you like talking the whole date. That's why we let you talk.
I don't have no money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound shallow, but I've dated broke men my whole life. I have. Now I'm in a place where I have money and I want to travel.
Congratulations. Now you have money. You think you qualify for better men just because you have money? No.
And I want to see the world. I don't want you to buy me nothing because I can buy it myself. That's not what I want. I want you to have the financial stability to pick up and go on a trip. That's all
You don't have that financial stability. Shut the hell up.
I'm asking. I'm not asking for no Louis. I'm not asking for no goddamn bust down Chanel.
Like, you're so stupid. People with this, I just want to pick up and go on vacation. You know how expensive it is just to do that? That's why you plan things out months in advance so you can book things months in advance so you can have the best prices and the best time. The people that just, all of a sudden I just want to go to Paris. I'm going to be at Paris for a few days. What do you end up doing? Just lounging around and eating. You don't end up doing much because you don't have much planned out. You played yourself.
I don't even goddamn like designer. I don't. I really don't. Oh, you're just very intimidating. What the does that mean? How do I come off intimidating when I'm the most socializing person ever? Specifically, my ladies, I want to hear how you are dating, especially in today's generation. What are some dating apps you're on?
Like a below average, she's like a 4. Like maybe a 5. With this attitude and entitlement.
Where do you go to date?
Now, she actually remind me of that other influencer lady who talked about the fact that she just don't want to date a man who has a 9 to 5 because if she want to up and go somewhere, he can't do it. He got to go to work. So she's pretty much looking for the top 2 to 1% of men. And unfortunately, those top...
And even those men cannot just stop in the middle of something and just go on vacation whenever they want.
top men that she's looking for, they are not necessarily looking for the social media makeup influencer type of woman.
I did everything they said that was going to make me happy. I built a career. I got my own place. I went on solo trips like a pro, the best hotels, flying business, you name it, right? The works. And I stayed independent, but no one told me about how lonely I was going to be on those trips. Being successful looks really good on the outside, but and I'm proud of everything that I did. Don't get me wrong. Like, alhamdulillah, I'm very proud of all of my accomplishments, but it was very lonely. I feel very lonely all the time. Success doesn't check in on you when you're spiraling at home.
We know. Men have dealt with this all our lives.
Doesn't check in with you when you're having a bad day. Doesn't check in with you when you're, or just when like you miss your family back home. Don't get me wrong, like being strong got me very far in my career, and I'm very proud of everything that I've done, but I'm done pretending that I'm okay, because I'm not.
What I've realized is a lot of women get pressed if you don't appear to have the back of another said woman.
Lack of a
Yeah, I can agree with that.
man slowly deteriorates a woman. Tune in. I'm gonna need y'all to keep up with me on this one. The whole I'm independent woman movement, the whole I don't need a man, it's a bunch of crap and a bunch of BS. Women can survive on their own. They can make their own money. They can get their own job, their own house, yada, yada, yada. But emotionally, women cannot survive on their own. I have seen this first-hand account with my friends that I know, people that I know, but this especially affects older women. It affects all women, but especially older women. The longer a woman is without a man, the more insane she's gonna go.
Damn, alright, she went straight into that. Go on.
And the thing is, the woman might not even notice it. She might not even notice it. But the signs that she's slowly deteriorating is when she's been alone for so long, is independent and haven't been with a man in so long, she starts going crazy. She starts having attitudes. Then when she does finally go on a date with a man, she does have that attitude or that guard up, or she starts acting crazy. She starts tripping for no reason. I'm telling you, lack of a man will slowly deteriorate a woman.
That's right. And what she's talking about on a deeper level is the stuff like, women that were married and their husband passed away and they got left as a widow. Or like some of my aunties in my family, I see them just, going through years of not having a spouse. They go.
I told you guys about my aunt. My third aunt lost her husband to brain cancer before I even came to this country. My second aunt lost her husband in the war. I've never seen my two aunts entertain any other man in their lives. Like, never. Never dated or anything. They're not lonely. I might be wrong. I don't ask them these questions, but they have family. They have a lot of family. My aunt has 3 kids. Each of those kids have almost 3 kids each. She's built a legacy. She's good. My first aunt has 2 kids. Each of those kids one has 1 and the other one has 2. She built a legacy. She's not lonely, right? And my fourth aunt that just lost her husband last year, again, doesn't entertain men. Is she lonely? No, she has her grandkids. She has her kids. Her youngest son still lives with her. He has 3-4 kids himself. That's what some of the widows, do go through, but I think it's awesome that they didn't have to entertain men.
Downhill. They don't go to the gym anymore. Some of these women don't necessarily eat the right foods anymore. They let themselves go. And we all know this is something that's even in the Bible. It's just not good for a man or a woman to be alone, period.
I'm calling for all men to stop supporting women sexually explicit content, whether it be OnlyFans,
please,
whether they
stop.
posting
Get some help.
Pictures on social media, like far as like Instagram and Twitter and all
agree
that
with
stuff.
that too.
I'm calling for all men to stop supporting them. With the same camera they use to take those photos, they get on that same camera and call men predators. They can't stand all men. They want you to give them your money while calling you all type of derogatory stuff on the internet. I don't get why you dudes are still supporting them.
Agreed.
Listen, every woman I see post sexually explicit content, I literally block them all the time. I block every last one of them. That's what you guys need to be doing. Y'all need to start practicing more self-control. Stop thinking with little head and think with big head. Because these women do not like you. They're going to say everything that they need to say to get in your pockets. They don't like you. Behind the scenes, they dealing with another woman. They sleeping with women. That's why they call all the women baddies. They sleeping with each other. But they're gonna play the game to get in your pocket to make you feel good. These women play better games than men. These women run better game than men because these women are tricking dudes like you out of your hard-earned money just for a subscription. Y'all need to start blocking these women. Unsubscribe. I'm going to get on the internet every day and tell the men to unsubscribe. Stop liking these women videos. There's a Smex worker on TikTok right now talking about how much she hate men. But in her daggone bio, she got her OnlyFans. You see what I'm saying? They do not like y'all, but yet y'all idiots are still...
It is sad that the men that do sub to the man-hating women, do you not feel a certain way about that? Do you have a conscience to yourself that I'm supporting some disgusting, vile person that thinks that I, myself, as a man, is some disgusting, vile thing?
Giving them y'all money. Like, real rap. You got to be the dumbest person on earth. The dumbest person on earth.
And it's not even about having her back. It's you can't even say things like, I'd like to hear the other side, or I'm interested to hear what the other person has to say. No, a woman comes here online, information comes to public knowledge or in the domain of the public, and boom, yes, we must all, because we're all women.
Yep, believe.
Because we're all women, we must now stand with the woman. And even if she's wrong, even if there's other evidence contrary, we must stand with the woman. What is this? I was born alone, die alone. I wasn't born with no other woman, apart from my mother. That's the only other person back on this planet that I can have.
So I've been married for more than 15 years.
Congratulations.
I have been in a side relationship that my husband recently found out about. How can I convince my husband to let me keep the side dude?
Well, first of all, he shouldn't. You need to change that convince word to manipulate.
Ooh.
We're not going to play those games right now. You took a vow. You took vows. You stood before God or whatever it is you believe in and said that you were going to love this man. It's sickness and through health, for rich and for poor. You said that you committed whenever you took that vow. You committed to be there even in the hard times, even in the times where you were not fully emotionally fulfilled. You still took on that position to say that I'm going to have those conversations. I'm going to communicate. I'm not going to breach the trust in this marriage. You lack marital integrity. And if you lack marital integrity, you lack integrity as a person as well.
Damn right. Damn right.
So my next point to make is the audacity must be on sale right now for you to be able to say, how can I convince my husband, a man at that, convince my husband to let me still have a side relationship as if I did not betray this man, as if I did not hurt this man, as if I did not dishonor this man, as if I did not disrespect this man, and you want to ask for something? You want to ask for what it seems like more of a favor because it's only going to work in your favor. It's nothing that is going to work for him. I don't like when we play these games like this.
Shout outs to this woman. Must be protected.
You entered into what you two believe was a monogamous agreement, and you made it a polyamorous thing.
Look at her, just like, maybe she felt a little bit of shame and embarrassed earlier, but look at her. I don't think she really does.
You did.
Ooh.
Let me tell you something else that you did. Let's talk about the lack of responsibility. I'm going to tell you one more thing because I'm sure some other panelists have something to say. This is the problem that I have. Whenever you open up your marriage to something that somebody else did not consent to, if your side piece has depression or anxiety or anything like that, there's a spiritual exchange that takes place when you go sleep with somebody else that you now have invited into your home. So part of the reason why your marriage is not happy is because you were lusting over the fence to begin with.
Ooh.
You invited that into your marriage. You corrupted your home. The best thing for you to do, because he does have the right to leave you, the best thing that you could do, the responsible thing you can do, is either end that relationship on the side or leave that man alone and let somebody else find him.
Now that's just a very disgusting wife right there. And the fact that she got up there in front of all of those,
like, smiling and like saying it so proudly.
people and thought that that was something cool or funny to say, knowing this is like a video podcast type space. Like, what if that gets back to your husband and his family? She's the reason why marriage rates are declining. And I pray this video gets back to her husband.
I sent him, because I'm not allowed to call him while he's at work, so I text him. And I texted him and I said,
now we're getting into something. Don't say it like that. Because
so,
if you're not allowed to call, you break that rule. Because you call all the time. Give her the reason why you say that.
Because you don't want me calling you at work.
Why don't I want you calling me at work?
Because work is very important to you.
But why is it important? Why is it that I say to you?
You tell her why. You tell her why.
Because she will call 20 times a day, right? And she expects me to pick up 20 times. And every single time, it's nothing important. And if I don't answer that phone...
Well, I guess it's important just in the sense of establishing a connection.
Shut the hell...
We just spoke.
Well, people have different needs for, like...
But I'm busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not. I'm not working at like Wendy's or something.
Yeah.
Then when she
Even
finally
if he was working with Wendy's, he doesn't have access to his phone.
gets me, this is how she greets me. Where were you? What were you doing? I'm like, babe, I'm at work. Why didn't you answer the phone? All right, you got me now. What's the emergency? No, why didn't you answer when I called? Because I was busy? Maybe? Give me the benefit of the doubt. I'm at work, babe. Is it possible that I could have been busy? I'm not ignoring your calls.
Oh, he's a better man than me because I definitely would have been divorced her. She calling me 10 to 20 times a day at work, harassing me. This man need to know that he don't have to suffer her. I thought your wife is supposed to be your peace, especially while you at work. I'm gonna stop the video right there. You guys be sure to drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about.
How many women come online to ask how they convince their husband, or how can they get their husband to be okay with the unsavory, disgusting acts that they do? I mean, men do it too, but I don't think men are asking, oh, how do I cheat on my wife? How do I get her to... No. Men are just trying to live their lives and do their thing, while women are trying to figure out how to manipulate the crap out of men. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that.